Good. All right, say hi to the camera.
Hi.
Introduce yourselves. What's your name?
Colin.
Calvin.
Justin.
Justin. Cool. All right, so quick check-in question. Use one word to describe how you're feeling today. Justin, you can go first.
I'm feeling today because our class have a cooking class.
You have a cooking class. Fun. What about you, Calvin?
I don't know.
You don't know how you're feeling? How about I go then, and then you can go afterward. I feel very energetic because I just had lunch, so I just ate a lot of food, and it's fueling me, so I have a lot of energy now because I ate food. How about you, Calvin? Good, bad, happy, angry, sad.
Happy?
Why are you happy today? You don't know? Anything happened today that makes you happy? No, you're just happy. Cool. All right, so we're in a new room just for today because did you see upstairs that they had the dentist cleaning people there? So I moved downstairs just for today. But next week, you guys will be back upstairs. Look to the board. I wrote today's lesson is going to be on reading comprehension with the 5 W's. Right over here. What are the 5 W's, Justin? What are the 5 W's? There's one.
2, 3,
Well, what's this word?
4.
Yeah. Calvin, what's this word?
What?
Justin, what's this word?
Where?
Calvin.
Here?
Read it closer.
Where?
Where? I know it's.
Why?
And why? How many are there?
Why?
So whenever we want to understand a story, we always ask us the 5 W's. Who is in the book? What happened? When did it happen? Where did it happen? And why did it happen? No, those are Mr. H's games. Maybe we can play after school or something if we ask them nicely. So we ask ourselves, I want to repeat it again for you, Calvin. Who was in the story? What happened in the story? When did the story take place? Was it today? Was it in the future? Is it 1 billion years ago? Where did it happen? Was it at JYC? Was it in Justin's house? Was it at Disneyland? Where was it? And why did it happen? So, why did we go to the beach? Or in this story, you'll see why did all these things happen? It's a lot of stuff. So the why questions can be tricky, but if we ask ourselves the first 4 W's, who, what, when, where, they'll help us answer why. In this story, there's going to be a couple of difficult words that maybe you've never seen before. If you've seen them before, great. The first word, who knows that one? The first word right here. Does anyone know what this word means or how to pronounce it? This word is called mischief. Say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Mischief. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Mischief. Mischief is behavior that gets you into trouble. So, is there anything you do at home that maybe your mom or dad does not like and you get in trouble for? No. What happens, like for me, when I was in 2nd grade, I would get in trouble if I didn't do my homework. And I would lie to my mom and said, I did my homework, but I really didn't do it. And then Miss Lee or Miss Hong will come and say, Calvin did not do his homework. Justin didn't do his homework, even though he lied. Would you get in trouble for that? Yeah. Is there anything you do at home that maybe causes trouble, even if you didn't mean to do it? I'll give you one more example. Remember you were going to class today and you were running and you fell a little bit? That's called mischief. What if you did that when you were with Miss Lee's line? Would she just say that's okay, or would she tell you to do something? What would she tell you to do?
Go get ice cream.
Yeah. But what if you're running around? Before you fall down, what does she say?
Get the ice pack.
She'll say, I've heard this happen before. She'll say, Justin, stop running. Don't run. Always walk, because you're mischief. You're doing something you're not supposed to do. So if you keep doing it, you'll get in trouble. We will get into mischief and learn more about the word later. Let's go to the next word. Calvin, can you read that word?
Wild.
Wild. And Justin, can you read the definition?
Living in nature.
Living in nature. So are we wild? Do we live in nature? Yeah. Nature is like when you live in the forest, you live in the trees, you live in the ocean. What's something that's wild? Is Miss Lee wild? Does Miss Lee live in the forest?
No.
No. Do bears live in the forest?
Yeah.
So would bears be wild? Yeah. Good job, Calvin. Here. You guys are doing such a good job. Last word. It was the hardest word for me to learn. Hope maybe you guys can impress me and learn it more than I can. Rumpus. Say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Rumpus.
Rumpus is a loud, uncontrollable party. There's so many definitions for rumpus, but when you think rumpus, think it's very noisy. There's so many things going on, so many people. People are pushing each other, and you just can't stop it. You cannot control it because it's just happening too much. There's a rumpus while I'm talking. Okay. We're going to stop, and maybe we'll revisit these 2 words while we read. For now, remember today's lesson. It's going to be on who, what, when, where, why, as I read this story to you. This story is called Where the Wild Things Are. Can you point to the author's name? Okay. Calvin, do you agree or disagree?
Okay.
Agree. Yeah. The author's name is Maurice Sendak. Over here. So you can tell there's going to be a lot of color in this book already.
Whoa.
Wow. All right. Justin, can you read the title for me?
Where the wild
Calvin, do you know that word?
things
Things. Thank you, Calvin, for helping.
are.
Good. Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. First page. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. So they're saying, who is the person?
Max.
Max. And Calvin is saying he's making mischief of one kind. You know what mischief this is? Just by looking at the picture? Think about it. Look at this picture. Is he doing anything wrong?
Yeah.
Let's have Calvin try. What do you think he's doing that's not okay? So we know who. It's Max. What is he doing?
I don't know.
You don't know what he's doing? What is he holding in his hand? Yeah. Max is about your age. Is it okay for you to hold a hammer?
No.
Calvin, would it be okay to hold a hammer like that? It would be okay? What? He's hanging. What's hanging here? You see, he's not even tall enough to hang it, but he's stepping on hooks. That's pretty dangerous to me. And he's having this little stuffed animal hanging here. There's a tail, as Justin noted. I'm going to turn to the next page. I want to see what happens next to Max. And another kind of mischief. Calvin, what is he doing in this picture? Running? Is he running after something? Who? Who is he running after?
The dog.
Yeah. And does the dog look happy or sad or angry or... I'm asking Calvin. Mad. So that's mischief, right? Let's go back to the definition. Mischief is behavior that gets you into trouble. If I chase a dog at home when the dog doesn't want to be played with, I'll get in trouble. That's not nice. Let's go to the next picture again. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. Have you ever been sent to your room before by your parents or anyone? They said, go to your room because you did something wrong. Maybe it's happened to you, maybe it hasn't. Justin, has it happened to you before? A little bit. What happened? What did you do? Do you remember? No. Was it a good thing or a bad thing? Bad thing. Calvin, were you ever sent to your room? He said, go to your room. What did you do?
I don't know.
You don't know? Was it a good thing or a bad thing? Well, you can see Max's face right here.
Nah.
Oh yeah, he's mad. He doesn't like that he was sent up to his room. Who does? Alright, I'm going to turn to the next page. Eyes tracking the page. Whoa. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. So let's ask when. When did this happen? When? Is it daytime or nighttime?
Nighttime.
Nighttime. How do you know?
The moon.
The moon. Calvin, do you agree or disagree?
Agree?
Yeah, it's nighttime. Until it's dark outside. And grew. It's even bigger forest. And look, he's pretty happy. I can tell from the picture, he's pretty happy about the forest growing even bigger and bigger.
And this. And this.
Wow. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines, and the walls became the world all around. So take a look at the pictures. Do you think he's home anymore?
No.
Yeah. I would say, do you think he's in the wild?
No wrong.
Why do you think he's in the wild now?
Living in nature.
Yeah. What do you see? Maybe Calvin, you can help Justin.
Trees.
These trees. What else do you see?
Was leaves.
Leaves. Yeah, this is all in nature. Do you have any of this in your house? Yeah. Do you ever go to like a hotel and do you see this too? No.
No.
I don't see it.
They have different colors.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day.
Well,
And in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. So I'm going to read the sentence one more time. Pay close attention because I'm going to ask you a question about it. And in and out of weeks, and almost a year, to where wild things are. how long has Max been gone? Almost 1 year. Thank you, Calvin. Good job, both of you guys. They're both doing amazing. It's been almost a year. And he's still wearing this suit. He's on a boat, sailing off.
Lions.
Wow.
And goats.
And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth. What does it mean to roar?
Roar.
What's roar? What animals roar?
Lion.
Come on.
Lion.
Monsters and lions? Yeah, roar.
Goats.
And rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws.
They don't have claws.
Calvin, can you point to claws if you see claws? Justin, do you agree or disagree?
Agree.
You agree that they're claws? Yeah, I think they're claws too, right? They're like nails, but they're sharper and they're bigger and they're in animals. Cats have claws. Do dogs have claws?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have claws, especially if you don't cut their nails. They have little long claws.
Most claws.
And these monsters have claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick. So he said, "Be still," and he tamed them with the magic trick. So if Max is saying, "Be still," and it says he tamed them, what does it mean to tame them? These are the wild things. How did he tame the wild things?
With the magic trick.
Yeah, this magic trick tamed them. So does that mean what? To tame something. This is a really hard word to learn, so I'll be really impressed if you guys know the word tame.
What's the
Tame.
happy?
It's sort of like
Sad.
almost, well, let's see. Let me find out the best way to explain it to you. These are wild animals, right? So they don't know how to sit in a chair like you. They don't know how to eat with a fork. They don't know how to stand still. They don't listen to directions. But Max says, "Be still." And they were still. So he tamed them. So that means they were wild.
It's
Yeah, he controlled them in a way. He helped them be like a non-wild, to not be wild anymore. So, and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all of their yellow eyes without blinking once.
Yeah.
And then they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. So Max wasn't scared of these monsters. Would you be scared of these monsters?
Yeah.
Calvin, would you be scared if you saw this right here in your room? You don't know, right?
I know.
You wouldn't be scared?
Yeah.
Max wasn't scared either. He just said, "Be still." He like looked them in the eye and said, "Be still." If you're scared, you'd probably like go like this. You'd run away and be scared of them, right? Let's go to the next page. And made him king of all wild things. So there's all kinds of wild things. And now Max, this little boy right here, is the king. He's in charge. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. A rumpus? Remember what I said about rumpus? There's crazy stuff going on. Max is saying, let the rumpus start. So what do you think is going to happen on the next page?
It's going to be loud.
It's going to be loud. What else do you think is going to happen?
Loud.
Loud. What else?
Loud.
What else? What about the way people move? Are they going to stand still? Are they going to move around?
Move around.
Alright. Let's hope you guys are right.
No.
Alexa, this is the rumpus. What's Max doing?
Jumping.
Yelling. And they're moving around. Are they having fun or are they having a bad time? Yeah.
Oh.
More of the rumpus.
This guy is fat.
He's pretty fat.
Yeah.
When you're out in the wild, I'm sure you're just eating a lot.
There's my advice.
He's not wild? Well, Justin has an interesting point. He's saying the feet doesn't look wild. Why doesn't it look wild?
Maybe someone.
It might be someone in a costume,
Yeah.
you think? Or you think you have people that look like this? That's a good observation. More of the rumpus.
Mm-hmm. I think he is a cartoon.
You think he is all of them are costumes or which ones?
Yeah.
Good observation. I think that might be possible. You see they have like human feet. This person might be in a costume. That's a good job. I don't think I've ever seen anyone notice that before. Good job, you guys. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. That sounds familiar. He's saying go to bed without your supper? When did that happen before? When did that happen?
Long time.
A long time ago? To who? To Max. Good job. And how long ago was that now? Remember when Max was sailing away? How long ago was that?
1 year.
Yeah, it's been almost 1 year now. Good job, you guys.
1 year. Out of 1 year.
And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be somewhere where someone loved him best of all. Who do you think he misses? Because he's lonely. What does it mean to be lonely?
Lost.
When you're lonely, you're lost, you're by yourself.
By yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever been by yourself before for a long time?
No.
No. Yeah. Well, imagine this. Yeah. Say you're by yourself for 1 week and you can't see your mom.
Yeah.
You can't see your friends.
Yeah.
You probably
I
feel,
can see my dad.
yeah, you can't even see your brother. You might not only be sad, you'll be lonely because you're by yourself. You feel so alone. So Max is feeling lonely right now. Because who does he miss, you think?
Lion. The animals. The lion. The monster.
He misses the monsters, but they're right here.
Mm.
Who do you think he misses? It's been a year.
It's mommy.
His mommy? That's a good guess.
Dad.
Yeah, because we haven't seen a mommy for a long time. Do you agree, Justin, or disagree? Do you have anything else to say?
Agree. Where is this?
Disagrees means you do not agree. No, you are wrong, Calvin. I think this.
Agree.
Agree? Yeah, I agree too. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat, so he gave up being king of where the wild things are. What just happened?
Smells
He smelled something good?
good. Okay.
So what did he do?
Go back home.
He's gonna go back home? Calvin, what do you think?
Go back home.
Go back home. Let's see. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. How did these monsters feel about it?
Sad.
Sad, yeah.
This is sad.
Yeah, it's sad. They're like, don't go, don't go. And sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. What does that mean? And sailed back over a year. He's sailing back over a year? What does that mean? When did you last see this? He was sailing for how long?
1 year.
Yeah, they're sailing forward for 1 year, and then they're saying he's sailing back a year. And what time of day is it?
Night.
Yeah. When did he leave? Was it nighttime or daytime?
Night. Daytime. No, night. Oh.
And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. Calvin, point to the supper.
What supper?
That's why. What do you think supper is? His supper's waiting for him.
Waiting
So in this picture, what do you think is his supper?
the monster. Okay.
Do you see a monster anywhere?
No.
So what must supper be?
Home.
It's something that's... I'll give you a little hint. He was sent upstairs without supper at nighttime.
Not being good.
Yeah. So what are some objects here that you might think supper might be?
I don't know.
Supper means dinner. Something you eat at night, you eat supper. It's another way to say dinner. So where would you point at the dinner? Yeah, dinner is supper. Most people say dinner, right? But sometimes people say supper. So whenever you see the word supper, it's the same word as dinner.
No.
That's okay. It's still going on. And it was still hot. Wow, so why was it still hot? Did he really go a year?
Yeah.
Max was gone for a year? If their dinner was out for a year,
No.
it's still hot? Sounds like he went forward for how long? Almost a year, and he sailed back for how long?
Oh, my dad is here.
That's okay. We're almost done. So he sailed back for how long?
1 week.
1 week. So he sailed forward 1 year and came back 1 week, and his dinner was still hot?
No.
No. Yeah, he sailed back for what?
2 years.
Well, he sailed forward 1 year, and he sailed forward back
1 year.
1 year. And it's 1 year minus 1 year?
0.
Yeah, and the dinner's still hot because it seems like he was never missing, right? So, let me do a little quick quiz.
Okay.
Where did the story first take place? Raise your hand if you know the answer. Don't blurt it out loud. Go, Justin.
Or
That's where it started?
no at home.
It started at home, and then it started at...
Forest.
Good job. I'll give that one to Justin.
Oh, man.
And Calvin,
Huh?
why was Max sent upstairs without supper?
It's not good.
He was not good. So which vocabulary word was he? Which vocabulary word would describe
I know.
how Max was acting?
I know. We hope that You eat the chocolate?
Good. And what word is that? Miss? Chip.
Mischief.
Mischief. Good job. And why did they make Max the king? What did Max do? Why was he the king?
To the monster.
What did he do to the monsters?
Tell them.
Tell them what? I'm asking Calvin.
Be good.
Be good. Be good.
Be,
All right, Justin, maybe you can help out. Still. What does it mean to be stand still? Good job. I'll give you guys both that for teamwork. And last question. Raise your hand if you know the answer. Why was Max's dinner still hot? Justin. Because 1 year. Let's give it to Calvin. Calvin, why was Max's dinner still hot? Justin's saying it's 1 year. What do you mean?
Mine is funny.
Calvin, do you have something to say? Well, Justin's saying 1 year minus 1 year? What does that mean?
I don't know.
He's saying, so Justin's saying plus 1 year minus 1 year. Think about when he was on the boat. So he went forward 1 year, then he went what 1 year?
Back?
He went back 1 year. So how much time passed?
0 0.
Yeah, good job both of you guys.
No.
Alright, so as you can see, we asked 5 W's. Who, what, when, where, why, to help us better understand the story. I feel like you guys did a good job of understanding the story. So, good job. High five before you go off to recess. Alright. Say bye to the camera.